I came across a great little magazine the other day. It's called The Signs of the Times. Its editor is Lee Dunstan. And I found an excellent article by Karen Holford dealing with the age of entitlement. But the title of the article is When Kids Take Charge. It begins by telling how Steve Richardson told the Sydney Morning Herald that he and his wife were terrified by their daughter Olivia, who's only 17. She's dropped out of school. She disappears for days at a time. She's been arrested for shoplifting. She's been experimenting with drugs. When she lost her expensive mobile phone, she ordered that her parents get another one, a better one. Her father said, "It's your responsibility." So she trashed her bedroom and threatened to trash the whole house and then to suicide. And Steve called the police. Karen Holford records in this article that there's a new domestic science. It's called domestic violence, and not just husbands and wives, but many, many children are now being violent to their parents. Officially, the age of adolescence for children as youth is 15 to 17. Canadian studies suggest that 14 to 16 is more accurate. Police in New South Wales have recorded that domestic violence triggered by the children has continually been rising and rising and rising. Children are under great pressure. At school, they're told they must have the latest cosmetics. They must have the latest mobile phone, the latest computer, the latest video games. Children are under tremendous pressure. 12-year-old Sophia held a knife at her mother's throat because the mother refused to get her the latest in cosmetics. That is the situation of the modern world. Why? Because the fifth commandment is not known by parents or children as well as it ought to be. The fifth commandment tells children, "Honour thy father and thy mother." But increasingly, young people do not honour their parents. They feel that they are the most important members of the home, that their desires are sacrosanct, that the parents must do what they want, or otherwise they will be violent. They scream, they shout, they break things. We well can have pity for the children because their parents have not really been so worthy that they call forth honour automatically. For the fifth commandment is for parents as well. Some parents are careless, others are tyrannous, but parents are called to be loving, kind, patient, and very willing to educate their children in the love, mercy, and forbearance of their Heavenly Father. To the Hebrews, the Heavenly Father and earthly fathers have many parallels. To be an earthly father or mother is to have a sacred position, but we must be worthy of it. We must reflect the character of our Maker, which is love and kindness and mercy and justice. In chapter 3 of Ephesians, Paul speaks about the whole family in heaven and earth. The family on earth is just a unit in society, but it is the cornerstone of that society. And when that cornerstone is broken down, then society must collapse. I mentioned in an earlier talk that the fourth and fifth commandments that deal with the first two institutions of the world, the Sabbath and marriage, they are the hinges of the Decalogue. the hinges of the two tables. And if those two hinges are ignored, if the Sabbath is trashed, ignored, if parents are not worthy of honour, if children don't honour their parents, society cannot long endure. Can I tell you about Catherine Booth, one of the greatest women that ever lived, the mother of the Salvation Army? 34,000 people attended her funeral. Do you know what she said to her husband-to-be, William, before the event? She said, "William, our home will be the brightest spot on earth. There will be kindness, thoughtfulness, affectionateness, patience, forbearance. Yes, there will be." And so it was. Friends, you and I are part of society, but the Decalogue is for us. We must so reflect the love of God that our children find it a privilege to honour us. And children must early learn that though they are foolish and sinful, they have a Heavenly Father who died for them. This is the only way that society can be saved.